absorption,
feel silkier,
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
AMP2.TV presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on AMP2.TV. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
Hello, everybody. Tommy Episcopo here, president of Generations Financial. I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself tonight. I have a very little niche practice here. I teach individuals how to eliminate their debt, businesses how to eliminate their debt. I also teach all kinds of businesses how to self-finance and everybody how to become their own bank. We look at something a little bit differently here. We're not fishing in the same pond as every typical financial guy. I'm not looking at what you're earning. I'm looking at what you're losing. Most financial professionals are looking for money and assets. Here's what the national numbers say. Most folks have 34% interest that is just leaking out the back door on them. 40% is going out to tax. I'm not talking about your effective tax rate. That's all the tax you're paying besides your effective tax rate. Sales tax, phone tax, all the tax we don't even think about. That leaves you about 3% for savings and 23% to live on. Does that look like the American dream to you? Not to me. The biggest killer of retirement is debt and taxes. So I always start this off with two questions. I'm going to share it with you. Are you 100% sure you're going to have a great retirement, or do you have some doubts? No one has ever said to me, you know what, Tommy, we don't need your help. We're all set. No one's ever said that. Next question is, if I could show you how to be out of debt 9 years or less, including your mortgage, without you spending any more money than you're currently spending right now, would you be interested? Everybody says yes. I say this all the time. We may not be up there at the top 2% earners yet, but we need to start thinking like some of these people. There are concepts and processes that are out there that most people don't even know about, but they need to. That's where I come in. I can show you ways to eliminate tax, eliminate all your debt. Wouldn't it be nice to take all that money that's leaking out the back door on you right now and just bring it all back and put it into retirement? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, that's not a pipe dream anymore. I'm here to tell you that we can do that. With an open mind, if you sat with me, I can show you how to do this and walk you through the process. It's not that difficult. Here's a few of the things I do not do. I do not do debt consolidation. That's just another scam. I don't do debt negotiation. That's another high-price scam. And we do not do debt forgiveness. What we do is debt elimination. We will show you how to eliminate this debt and become your own bank. How do we do that? Well, there's a bunch of different concepts we could use to do that. Personalized plan for you will be discussed on where you at with your debt, your interest rates, how much money is being wasted, how much money can come back, and what that all will look like. I call that the big picture. We don't only look at what you're earning. We look at what you're losing. Most of the time, the interest that's leaking out the back door will never, ever, your investments will never catch up with that, ever. For instance, if you have an investment portfolio that's earning you 3, 4, 5, 7, even 10%, but on the back side of that, you have a mortgage at 4, You have a second mortgage at 3%. You have a car loan at 3%. You have 2 credit cards banged up at 28%. A student loan. When you put those two numbers together, are you actually making any money? The answer is no. You're actually losing money. So the answer is to get rid of the debt and the interest that's leaking out the back door and bring it all back. That's where I come in. It's pretty simple. I mean, you control the flow of money, and you can control how much you have at the end. On the average, we have saved in interest close to $75 million just in interest in the last 3 years, just on interest payments for people and clients. It's very fulfilling for me. I'm very passionate about this. I'm on a mission to help everyone who's in debt, help them get out and show them that there is hope. You know, you don't have to do what you're always doing. If you always do what you always do, you always get what you always got. We're here to tell you that there's a different way to do this, a smarter way to do it, a more efficient way to do this. We'll find all your lazy dollars and we'll put them to work for you in your debt elimination program. If you want to know more, it's really, really, really simple. I mean, I can be contacted at 561-775-8370. You want to check me out on my Facebook page at Jupiter Networking, powered by Rockstar Connect. You can see what I do in the community, the people I've helped, the testimonials are there. My events are always there. So please check it out. I encourage you to do it. I think we're going to take a little short break right now, and I'll be back. Thanks so much.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
You are listening to Tell Us Your Business, where our invited guests share all the knowledge of their business and how important it is what they do in our community. If you want to be part of the conversation, call into the show at 888-565-1470 and tell us what's on your mind. Now, back to Tell Us Your Business.
Hey everybody, Tommy Episcopo here, Generations Financial, strategies unique as you. We don't look at what you're earning, we look at what you're losing. Real important stuff here, guys. What I want you to know is there's a way to eliminate your debt. Eliminate your debt. Do not consolidate it, do not negotiate it. Become your own bank and do it yourself. Plenty of ways to do that. You want to know how? You can certainly contact me at 561-775-8370. Or go to my Facebook page at Jupiter Networking, powered by Rockstar Connect, and you can see everything I'm doing in the community, which brings me to the community. I love working in the community, helping lots of businesses, teaching them how to self-finance, never going to banks again. For instance, we just helped out a developer who was getting hard money loans to the tune of 13%. We showed him how to self-finance everything and become his own bank. Brought back $1.6 million in interest back in his pocket again. I think that was a good day for him. What do you guys think? Lots of ways to do this. You have to look at everything, guys. I have to look at every dollar that's leaking out the back door. Okay, every dollar that's leaking out the back door is a dollar you don't have. I don't like to hear people say, well, I got this loan, it was cheap money. Well, okay, did you actually sit down and figure out what that loan is actually going to cost you over time? Well, that's what I do. I can tell you exactly how much that cheap money is costing you. At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, Do I want the debt or do I not want the debt? Do I want the mortgage payment or do I not want the mortgage payment? You have to ask yourself these questions. If you'd rather have the mortgage payment, then you don't need me. That's where I come in. So if you have a 20-year mortgage and I can get you out in 10, and the remaining 10 years you take that mortgage payment and you put it in your pocket, or we put it to work for you, is that a good thing? Yes or no? That's a good thing. I'll get asked all the time. But what about the write-off I get for the mortgage interest? Well, you got to ask yourself, do you want the mortgage and the write-off, or do you want the mortgage payment without the write-off? It's just simple math, guys. And I've come to one conclusion, that math has no opinion. Numbers do not lie. It's either going to work or it's not. If you want to retire and you really want to find out how to do that, you have to take a hard look at what you're doing. How you're going to get there. What's your plan? Everybody has a plan, but they don't stick to it. We're going to put them on a track to run that they just never had before and show them how to do this, how to pay less in tax, how to put the money back in their pocket, how to become the bank, how to finance things like cars, business ventures, franchises. All that stuff is doable. You just need somebody that knows what they're doing to sit down and show you how to do it. Some of the debt we help people with is mortgages, second mortgages, home loans, boat loans, car loans, credit card debt. It's all debt and it's all bad. One of the biggest problems we see all day long is student loan debt. These things should be outlawed. They're actually designed so you never pay them off. Right now we're working with a bunch of attorneys and stuff like that, helping them with their student loan debt. And it's pretty sad, that they were sold a bill of goods. I mean, it's almost going to sound like heresy. I think they've oversold a 4-year degree because I don't really think it's that important anymore. People can do well without that. People graduate with hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt that they're never going to pay off. They're just paying interest on it. It's in deferment. It's just growing and growing and growing and growing at a pace that unless they get rid of it, they're going to carry it with them right to the grave. There's just some debt out there that's really difficult to explain. That's one of them. But what I do see is I don't see a lot of people out there. I don't see it self-inflicted. What I mean by that is I don't see the typical what people think of the ditzy blonde out there running in through the mall with daddy's credit card, just running it up. I don't see that, Sometimes, but normally I don't see it. What I see is something happened. These people were a victim of the situation. They lost a job. They had to put their payroll on their credit cards. A kid got sick. Something like that. It's not self-inflicted. So before anybody casts opinions on someone who has any debt, you need to ask yourself those questions. Am I servicing any debt right now? What am I doing? What am I doing? Whatever it is, if it's $100, $500, $1,500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month, that's just leaking out the back door on you. You got to ask yourself, do I want that? Do I want that money in my pocket? Or do I want to give it to somebody else? I think I know the answer for everybody. It's just you'd want it in your pocket. If you want to know how to do this, my name is Tommy Episcopo at Generations Financial. I can be contacted at 561-775-8370. You can check out my Facebook page at Jupiter Networking, powered by Rockstar Connect. You'll see all the stuff up there about me, people I've helped, testimonials, and all that good stuff. Please give me a call. I'd be happy to help you.
Want to make your smartphone
Brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer.
In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
You are listening to Tell Us Your Business, where our invited guests share all the knowledge of their business and how important it is what they do in our community. If you want to be part of the conversation, call into the show at 888-565-1470 and tell us what's on your mind. Now, back to Tell Us Your Business.
Hey everybody, Tommy Episcopo here, Generations Financial, talking about that ugly, ugly, ugly word, debt. Nobody wants it, but we all seem to have it. I can help you if you'd like. Community work, real important to me. I like to get out there in the community, help the people out there in the community, see what I can do to help them business-wise, debt-wise. It's just very fulfilling to be on this side of the financial world and help people at this level because nobody is. You know, they're all out there chasing the same dollar, looking for money and assets. I'm not. Whether you have $1, 5 million, 10 million, it doesn't matter. We're going to come out and see you. I have a staff that helps me set appointments, gets me out there to see the people, gets me in front of people. We do seminars on banks and the Federal Reserve, how all of that works, because a lot of people really don't know. Mortgages seem to be another one that's kind of really misleading. I'm going to give you an example. So let's say you have a 4% mortgage, and your principal interest payments are $1,000 a month. Well, you get that first bill on your mortgage, and $800 goes to interest and $200 goes to principal. Well, that mortgage broker promised you a 4% interest rate. Is that 4%? No. The interest volume is what you need to know. So the volume of interest your dollars are spending in that example are 80%. The 4% interest rate is somewhere down the road 20 years. Now, the question is, why doesn't anybody tell you that? Well, I think it's just kind of been beaten into us that that's what you do. You go out, you get a mortgage. That's what you do. You go out and you do this, you do that, you do this, you pay the mortgage insurance, you pay the PMI. Well, no, there's actually a better way to do that, you know. It may take you a little time to get there, but if someone's just writing checks and handing them away, I mean, I'd love to get online. You can hand me one, because that's basically what we're doing. You ever hear the commercials on the radio that says, come on in and see me. I'll do your mortgage for no closing costs. Well, of course they'll do it for no closing costs. I'd do it for that, too, if I was making the kind of money that these guys were making on your mortgage. That's what's going on out there. Most people just don't seem to realize that. Well, I'm here to tell you that there's a better way to do this. What if I could tell you I could take all the lazy money that you're doing and bring it back to you and put it in your pocket? Would that be a good thing? Is that worth 10 minutes of your time to give me a buzz to come and see me? I think so. And stop thinking about what you think this is. You do not know. You need me to show it to you, okay? What I can tell you is it's legal, it's compliance heavy, and it's very regulated. It has to be. We have to get it right the first time, every time. I'm telling you when you're going to be out of debt, and that's when you better be out of debt. We have software to do that. I'm working with a multi-million-dollar software platform here that'll show me exactly how much you think that cheap money is costing you to the penny, and show you exactly what you'll look like if you don't have it anymore. Would you like to see that? Most people think they know, they want to know, they try to know what they're spending in interest payments, but believe me, they do not know. Because if they did know, they'd get out of this as quick as possible. Making extra payments to your mortgage company is really not the way to do it either. And here's why. Let's say you're making that extra payment to your mortgage every single year. You're making that extra payment. 2, 3, 4 years go down. And all of a sudden, life happens. Maybe there's a job loss, something like that. And you call the mortgage company and say, hey, listen, I can't make the mortgage payment this month. I've been making extra payments for the last 5 years. Is that okay? They're going to say, no, pay it. So you're going to have to pay it. There's a much better way to do it. Let me put it to you this way. If you finance something the traditional way, let's talk about a car. You finance a car the traditional way through the bank. Who owns the car? The bank owns the car. If you default on the loan, what happens? They ruin your life, they ruin your credit, and you're all done. While you're paying this loan, you're paying the declared interest rate back to the bank. Who's getting the interest? They are. Well, if I teach you how to self-finance this and you buy a car, who owns the car? You do. If you default on the loan back to yourself, what happens? Nothing. If you decide to pay the same declared interest rate back to yourself as you were going to pay to the dealership, who's getting the interest? You are. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about thinking about the top 2% in this country, how they think about money. That's what they're thinking about. They are not out spending money like crazy. They're leveraged. They use their money to do all kinds of different things. All we did at Generations Financial is bring those concepts right down to street level for everybody so that they can understand it. You know, I think it's a real valuable lesson for everybody to learn about how debt affects their retirement, how debt affects their everyday life, what banks are doing to them, how this line of nonsense we've been force-fed for generations on how to do things is just not right. It's not right. You know, we're the ones who are getting it stuck. We're the ones who have got to pay all the bills. We're the ones who have the interest payments. We're the ones, and why do we do that? Because that's what everybody does in this country. We ring up our credit cards. That's what we do. We get our student loans. Well, I don't know how we're going to pay them. We just get the loans. No, that's done. That is done. When somebody comes to see me, those concepts are squashed and ruined forever. They will never go back to doing things the traditional way by the time me and my staff are done with them. We teach them how to use their money much more efficiently than they're using it right now. Right now, what they're doing is they're just every single month, they're out there, they're chasing the dragon. They get their check, goes in the bank, they either spend it or service the debt. They get their check, it goes in the bank, they spend it or even service the debt. Why? Because they have nobody to show them how to do this correctly. That's why. I put you on a track to run that you did not have before. That track can consist of a lot of different things. You know, it depends on the person's situation, what we're going to use, how we're going to do it, how we're going to structure it, where the money's coming from. We want to do this all without paying Uncle Sam one dime of tax, because that's just going to blow the whole thing right out of the water. We want to do this without Uncle Sam in our pocket. I don't know about you guys out there, but I like one hand in my pocket, and that's mine. I don't want Uncle Sam in my pocket at all. Some of these concepts are very, 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 very easy and simple, and you would be surprised at what they can do for you. I'd like the opportunity to show that to you. You guys can give me a call, Generations Financial, at 561-332-1358, or you can call 561-308-5583. If you want to know a little bit more, go to my Facebook page. It's Jupiter Networking, powered by Rockstar Connect. And you'll see what I'm doing in the community, around the community, the people I've helped, the businesses I've started. It's really amazing, and it's really starting to take off where people are starting to say, hey, you know, this guy really, he has something that's valid here. You need to go see him. You need to go talk with him. You need to see what he's doing, you know, because what he's doing is what we all really need. You need an education about what's happening with your finances. You don't need somebody to tell you, you know what? You got $5,000. How about an IRA? No, that's not what you want. You need somebody to sit down and show you what your finances are. Just because you have $5,000 doesn't necessarily mean you need an IRA. You know, why would you buy a $5,000 IRA when you get $5,000 worth of credit card debt servicing 28% interest? Makes no sense at all. But that's what those guys are going to do to you. So you need to ask yourself, when you're looking for somebody to help you with your finances, you have to find somebody that's in your wheelhouse. You have to find somebody that understands what you're trying to do. If you're conservative, you need to find a conservative guy. I don't care who you are and what age you are. You lose a bunch of money, you're not happy. Whether you're 25, 35, 45, 55, you lose half of your net worth. You don't want to hear, whoa, you're only 25 years old. You got all these years to make it up. No, you are not happy. You lost your money. Wouldn't it be nice to put your money somewhere safe where you can earn a better than average interest rate and not all the typical nonsense that's out there, annuities, fixing? No, none of that stuff. We don't want to be underneath Uncle Sam's thumb anymore. We want to do this all on our own. And it all starts with debt. I'm going to ask the two questions again. Are you 100% sure you're going to have a great retirement, or do you have some doubts? Let that sink in a minute. Are you 100% sure you're going to have a great retirement, or do you have some doubts? If you came to see me and I could show you how to get out of all your debt in 9 years or less, including your mortgage, without you spending one more nickel than you're currently spending right now, would you be interested? You need to ask yourself those two questions. And if the answer is, I'd like to see that, you know what to do. Give me a call. Check out my Facebook page. All the contact info is there. Guys, I'm real passionate about this. I'm so happy I was able to get on tonight and bring it out to you guys. Again, my name is Tommy from Generations Financial. We don't look at what you're earning. We look at what you're losing. We look at the big picture. That's what it's all about. Contact me. Thank you.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv production.